welcome to another video, guys. I used Handbuff DK to hit easy legend this month, and I gotta say, the climb was really smooth. So in this video I'm gonna give you a quick updated guide about this pretty cool deck if you ask me, talk about mulligans, win rates, and general tips so you guys know what you could be doing with and against it. I hope you find the video helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great, but now let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's the list I used, and I even saw some people do pretty well with it in top legend, and we did manage to actually enter in basically top 1000 legend with it, which is pretty nice. The deck is pretty straightforward, pretty standard stuff, and yeah, it has been around for quite a while, and the cool thing about it, it's basically free to play. The only legendary card in here would be City Chief Esho, which you should be having for free, and if you don't for some reason, you just gotta open a single Ungoro pack. But we also have a couple of epics, like Reanimated Pterodactyl, and we also have Rainbow Seamstress, which is from the Whizbang set, so that's rotating, which is not very cool, but you could try the deck without it. What is the deck trying to do? Well, it really comes down to the matchup. If you're against a control deck like Warrior, you kind of want to OTK people or just overwhelm them with decently sized big board after big board. If you're against something like Protoss Mage, you definitely want to OTK him, and you don't want to be giving him too many big minions because they're just going to gain the armor out of him. Against faster decks, you want to be putting a decently sized early game board fast enough, like a bunch of free 5 taunts or something like that. And the cool thing about the deck is it does have a ton of lifesteal, a ton of board presence, and a ton of OTK potential too. Going through the cards, we have a couple of lesser Spinal Stones, which you don't always need to max out, but against certain matchups it would help. Against others, even using it for +1 might make sense, especially if you don't have easy ways to gain corpses. The Morbid Swarms are an excellent way to get yourself a couple of corpses fast on the board. You could also be using it for the 4 damage. The Blood Tap can help you big time buffing all of your minions in your hand, and it only costs you a couple of corpses to buff them twice, which is pretty huge. The Brittlebone Buccaneer mainly is going to be helping you double up your Amateur Puppeteer, or more like the mini you get out of it, but you can also use it on lesser things like Dreadhound Handlers or Chow Fallen Barons, which also could be worth. The Handlers are pretty great because they give you early game rush potential, and it does have a lot of corpses in it. A single copy of Poison Breath could be essential for you, especially if you put it on a big Darkhorn Quilter, but you could also use it just on a Hero Power or on a Dreadhound Handler or something small and just kill a big idiot and proceed to go face. The Chow Fallen Baron is super important because it is going to give you a ton of card draw with this one. The Seamstress is great because it gives you rush plus lifesteal, and also it leaves a free 1 body on the board, which ain't the worst. But like I said, if you want, you could try the deck without it. I think I have shown you older variants with a little bit different card inclusions, like I think it had double Poison Breath, something along those lines. The Toy Snatching guys can be pretty huge, and this guy could discover you extra of your own minions, like Amateur Puppeteers, like Quilters, like No Munchers. Basically anything you run, you could find it in here as well, but you can also find some things you're not running. And if you've buffed this guy a few times, like let's say just a couple of times, a couple lesser Spinal Spellstones perhaps, this is going to be able to give you 4 drops with 0 mana, which could be pretty nice. The Darkhorn Quilters could be excellent for OTK potential, but they're also pretty nice on tempo themselves, because if you put a decently statted Darkhorn Quilter and the opponent doesn't have a great way to kill it from the board, they basically cannot really stick a decent board anymore. The 2 Raptors help you draw out your Death Rattle minions a little bit faster. They only draw your Chow Fallen or your Dreadhound Handler. Don't mistake, it's gonna draw you your Puppeteer. It only draws 3 mana or less, but it drops them down to 0, which can be pretty nice and thins out the deck. The Nerubian Swarm Guards can be excellent because they basically triple up all of the buffs you're doing, so you could have a very big early game board. Literally as soon as turn 3 or 4, you could have yourself something like 3 5s, 4 6s, that kind of stuff. The Amateur Puppeteer also pretty huge. Usually you tempo out the first one without a Brittlebone Buccaneer. In some cases you might try to tempo this guy if you actually buffed it a couple of times perhaps, but for the most part you play Amateur Puppeteer on 4 and 5, and after that you can Brittlebone and play the mini with the Reborn. That can be a good idea. The Reanimated Pterodactyl can be excellent for you because it does give you a lot of healing, a lot of rush potential, and the best part is it's basically free because you should be having a good amount of corpses. We also have City Chief Esho in here, with which you can buff everything including what's already on the board, so a lot of opponents might actually sleep on the fact that you could be buffing the board as well. And last but not least, we have a couple of No Munchers, which again give you a ton of heal, but also they have a ton of OTK potential for you, even though a lot of opponents will play around it for the most part. But you could do something cheeky and actually tempo out Darkhorn Quilter on turn 10, and after that play the No Muncher, so if the opponent had something small on the board, this guy's gonna clear it off, and then the No Muncher can waltz face. For the matchups, we don't have too much stats here, but we can check out a similar deck. Here's one with Remnants of Rage, which could make some sense, but it does seem like it does have worse win rate than the other variant I'm showing you. And here we have it, Broxigard Demon Hunter's not gonna be your friend, but the other two are kinda okay. What are you trying to do in your first few turns? Well, you basically want to get yourself some corpses, some card draw, and your amateur puppeteer, and around turn 4 and 5, that's when you kinda want to start really buffing your hand. Things like Toy Snatching Geist can be nice, the Chofallen Baron, the Morbid Swarm, the Dreadhound Handler, basically a good amount of generation for corpses, a good amount of hand cycling, or cards that actually give you other cards you can be buffing, that kind of stuff. The Dread Raptor can also make sense if you have the curve for it. On the coin, again, plenty of the same stuff, and honestly, depending on the matchup, you might even consider holding on to something like a Darkhorn Quilter. For instance, if you're against the Quest Warrior, holding on to this guy and start buffing him nice and early could be very essential for you. That's about it for the deck. Like I said, pretty affordable for most, and actually decently strong. So I hope you found the guide helpful, and if you did, you know what to do. But now let's check out some of my games on my road back to Top Legend. Hope you enjoy.
Your path has brought you here.
Against the priest of all people. I could go like this. Hope you get the reforms. Yeah, unless you haven't gotten the 1 or the 2 though. How's that gonna help? Yeah, sounds about right. What could possibly go right? Why wouldn't you draw 2 of your 40 cards before they get to play that? What could possibly go right, guys? Stupid Sarah. Yeah. Why do homeless people just don't buy a house? That kind of deal. I'm trying to tempo that. Think I'll just hero power for now. Play it chill. The hell? Control? Priest, is it? Hey, thank you very much for the subscribe. Who subscribed? Oh, Frustrated Dad. How's it going, brother? Libram Pally's killing it. You know it, fam. Felric's kinda hot. 1 mana Felric, ain't nothing wrong with it. Back at it again.
Elune, bring guidance.
Ew. None of these cards are amazingly amazing to get buffed. Okay, that's kind of cool. I think they're starting in a few days, or they already started, question mark? I don't know, I've really been kind of out of the loop. Been a bit out of the loopy. Go like this, go a little bit on the greedy side. A bit greedy in it. Wouldn't mind top decking a Dreadhound Handler. Sounds good, man. Who the fuck discovered it? That was possibly one of the worst cards I could have gotten.
Eyes on the horizon! I can't dance any faster! I can't dance any faster!
I wasn't gonna have enough mana to play it anyway, so it's kind of whatever. It'd be a damn shame if this guy possesses some kind of silences and crap. Problem is I'm not buffing anything that goes face, and against the priests, that might be pretty bad for me.
The citadel stands strong.
You could use a trim. Clear!
He just showed us a big Shadow Word Ruin, but if he used the first one this loosely, probably has more where that came from.
You could use a trim.
Digging for Zilly. Zilly doesn't save you from this though. Finally a big man. Ew. Bit annoying, that one. Let's see what this guy has in store. Not much, but it's something. I'm not gonna play it though. And come and leave it like that. The board is already well established. If he has a big board wipe, he's gonna do it. If he doesn't, he's gonna die. Right. Draw with this first. I'd like to see a chill on Baron. No such luck. This ain't too bad. Not a huge fan of tempoing her out like this, but let's see what he has. Yeah, let's leave it like that. We can buff later. Blood tap would be great to get, so we can really get our point across with these. There's that silly we were talking about.
Starting the operation.
That ain't the worst.
A twisted touch. Nothing gets past my house. I'm not part of their plan.
Sounds about right. We have close to LTK potential now. If he just clears the boards. Ill.
Karazhan's doors are open to all who seek it.
Mildly annoying.
Drink with me, friend.
And he killed himself. Not necessarily though. Fuck. No, I'm pretty sure he killed himself. Yeah, it's GG. If I do it like this though, but I had to play it the other way around because right now there is a slim chance of things going fucky, but not really. There we go. Neato. But yeah, I should have given the poisonous to the bigger guy, so to minimize the odds of something going only face and not killing the other shits or some crap like that, but that was always gonna be lethal, wasn't it?
Versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The past is dead.
Against the mage. I won't keep the Buccaneer against the mage, it's gonna be a while till that does anything for me. It's okay, but honestly, I just wrote a whole lot, see if we can get Morbid Swarm and such. Could have been worse, not by much, but it could have.
Reality woven.
I'd rather not give him a target to fuck with for now, so let's just do this.
The citadel stands strong.
Against these guys, basically we got out the camp because just sticking big minions is gonna be a great way to get tons of armor for them, but we have these big men to make bigger, so that's good. Sure, buddy. That's definitely one of the plays ever.
Eyes on the horizon. I can't dance any faster. I can't dance any faster.
Let's see what's inside here. Could start kicking his teeth in with this guy too. Nah, let's do this. Don't want to make him too big though. This ain't bad at all. I'll actually tempo this thing, so he's pretty fucked up. And these guys don't have much in terms of healing, so let's do this. Hopefully no Bob enters the chat. Let's hope we have less of that. The hell is he doing? That. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Your soul shall be mine. You will know pain.
None of these, thank you. King of Games. Let's see it, King.
Nothing can prevent your end.
So far, so bad. I'm not gonna be wasting the Lesser just like that. Okay, next turn we're gonna have something to work with.
The citadel stands strong.
Dude's tempoing. Let's see what he's tempoing with. This shit. Right, lad. That's quite the big man he has. I can kill it, believe it or not. Might as well.
You could use a trim. Clear
Less of that. Oh man.
Almost out of time.
Fascinating. Alright. 2 more corpses to upgrade that. This gives me a Dreadhound guaranteed. For 0.
My rule is eternal. I say resolve.
I'm gonna be left with 2 mana and nothing to do with him anyway.
But little time.
These are worth buffing. 2 out of the 4 minions are really worth buffing. It's gonna be a while till I get the rest of these, so might as well do it right now. I might have to use Quilter with this thing sooner than I would like it to. If he gets the Animancer or some crap. Oof. This might also be a big reason. That ain't bad at all. Let's go ahead and get the handler again. This board might stick, so City Chief Esho could be pretty good. That's mildly annoying.
Useful things. Eager to share. Mysterious.
Annoying of the mildly kind. Shit, dude. Can't play around that.
You are not part of their plan.
And just kill this, because that's the major problem here, but I really hope there's no Oasis ally in there. Well, even if there is, it's still worth. Oh no! My 1-1. Lived a full life. Might have to resort to this thing sooner than I'd like to. But maybe I'm gonna just do this and that. Top deck Blood Tap would be lovely. Or at least another Spellstone. Wouldn't mind getting Amateur Puppeteer either.
Go on, take a bite.
No such luck. This better be good. Thank fuck. Had to be the last shot in the big fuck. It was like frickin' Neo going past at the face. He was digging for some crap. Is he gonna find that crap? Be a lot cooler if he didn't. Maybe he's trying to get some charge damage or some. I'm down to go greedy.
Eyes on the horizon.
Can't this thing dance any faster?
Rigged. But on a much more serious note, it doesn't matter. Son of a gun. That could have got much better than that for me. Let us see it. Well, GG, my guy. Lived a full and prosperous life, didn't ya? Neato. Okay, final boss time, guys. Final boss. Can we go 4-0 with it?
King versus Maiev.
None can escape my fury.
Against the rogue, I'd still hold on to that. Dread Raptor might be a little bit too much wishful thinking where things are going. Gotta make sure we got some early game. Game of the early kind. That ought to do it. Yeah, you know it. You know it, Facto. Facts. Big boys go burr. Get some corpses action going. So far, nothing really worth buffing, but eventually there will be. Oh, go on. Try to just do that. Next turn we can do this with a single. Ew. Maybe not yet.
You could use a trim. Clear cut. You could use a trim.
Rock number 802, welcome to the collection.
Ew. He is becoming a minor inconvenience, that's for sure.
Can't this thing dance any faster?
Let's go in. Oof. Ooh.
You could use a trim. Clear. You could use a trim.
Maybe it was... I mean, it's kind of as big as the other one, so it's fine. Yeah, do be like that. Deathstroke can be a bitch.
No wear and tear of any kind.
See how he likes them apples, chief. Ooh. I don't need it though. How do you like that bullshit, bullshitter? Down with the randomness. Ain't you dead? He did. Well, that was an easy legend climb now, wasn't it? Didn't lose a single game, like damn. Ooh, we got damn. What you got? Something. Could have been better. God knows, could have been worse this late in the month. Babylon. Against the warrior. It's probably gonna be a questing man. Against the quest warrior, getting myself big Darkhorn Quilters is gonna be very important. So I'm actually gonna hold on to it so we can actually start buffing it nice and early. Because we're gonna have to go somewhat OTK style against them. Imagine warrior without brawl, guys. Can't wait. Shitty. Gotta draw. That's good. That's good. He already played one for glory, so maybe he doesn't have a second one. Could force him to coin some stupid like the demon guy. That'd be cool. He did it. Thanks for that. Appreciate ya. We have ourselves a couple of important minions in our hands, so I guess we can do this.
You could use a trim clear cut. You could use a trim.
I think I'd rather greed out with the puppeteer for this guy. There you go. I'll tempo her, she's kind of annoying for him. This guy is jumping the gun on these brawls so freaking early, bro. Like, do you want to get smashed by a big man? Because that's how you get smashed by a big man, man.
Could use a trim. Eyes on the horizon. Clear.
Just do this. Not the worst.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's kind of disgusting. But it's not a big deal. As soon as he clears these, this is gonna go crazy. Banner connects mouth. That went as good as I could have hoped for. Do you have another brawl? Of course he does. What else he got? He doesn't put a minion, he's in danger. Even a quilter off the top is not gonna get me there. Got a card drawing, nothing wrong with it. This one's coming out empty, sadly. Kind of want to hold on to this one so we can have some to rush with the mantra if we need to. Yes. That ain't the worst. We are starting to look shaky here, but let's see. He hasn't played any ramp, so he only has 10 mana to work with, which is not very good for him. Bit dead in it. He ain't dead. He is deadened. Trying not to overcommit, we're already decent-ish on the boards. Fuck. But at least he's using it defensively. Still fucked though. Well, good thing we didn't waste this. Really? Can he handle these? I think he couldn't. But let's see. Let's see now. Can you handle these though? What's your top deck, bitch? Bottom right, shitlord. Cool story, Bob. I was just losing with extra steps. Exact lethal, by the way. Thanks for that. Quick man. Oh, fuck. Opsy. Shit, dude, it ain't lethal. Forgot this bitch has taunt. They're all useless. Taunt this hard is what is hard here. Taunt was cheating, man. We could have gotten a rusher out of this, but guess not. You have chosen wisely. Mephant. Well, 5-0 with the duck. There must be something to it, guys. I don't know. Stats are not very happy about this deck, but I certainly am always happy when I play it. Hitting quest warriors with a passion. That's what we like to see.